Maybe you can tell by me brogue. Me mother and me father were both born in Ireland on a farm, and then came the great famines and there was nothing to eat. Me father died in the last famine. Me mother came with hundreds of others to America where I was born. She couldn't take care of me and work. She was a servant girl, so she put me in a foundling home. Came to see me every Thursday, she did. But then she stopped coming. Sister Agnes, the head nun of the home, said my mother had an accident that killed her. Oh, God bless her soul, may heaven be her bed. The nuns, all Irish, raised me. There were so many children, never enough to eat. I had a pet mouse. I called him Mr. Roberts. He kept me company. I love all animals, cats and dogs. And Miss Sister Agnes told me I was going on a train out beyond the city where there are farms and animals and where I'd have a new home. I thanked Holy Mary for giving me the chance. Now I'm here, waiting for a home. At the first stop, people said, she don't talk English. She's a foreigner, she is. I've never been called a foreigner before. At the second stop, they said, listen to her talk. She's Irish. I'm an American. I was born here. At every stop, nobody wanted me because I was a foreigner, Irish. Finally, at Altamont, a man, an elderly, funny man, came up and smiled at me.
Oh, my dear, you look just like my little Molly.
My name is Pegeen.
And you're Irish.
Yes, sir.
My little Molly's mother was from Ireland. We must get acquainted.
He didn't hate me because I was Irish. Yes, sir.
My little Molly was just your size. Looked just like you. She was a fine little girl. That always takes the finest first, you know. That's why I'm left to the last. I'm wondering, would you like to live with a daffy old man? Bring life and youth back into his house? Be my little Molly?
I want a home on a farm, but I'm not your little Molly. I'm Pegeen.
Of course, you must be yourself. And proud to be yourself. But I can have my memories.
Do you have a farm?
A big house on a little farm.
Are there animals?
Yes.
Chickens, cows, sheep?
Dogs and cats.
I love animals.
And you could have a little pony all your own. You see, when you are poor and a bit peculiar, folks say you're crazy. But when you are rich and a bit daffy, they say you are eccentric. Well, I'm rich. My father owned a farm, and on it they discovered a deposit of special clay. The kind they used to make bricks. Very valuable. So, as long as they dig up the clay, I save my way to the bank. I'm rich and eccentric.
You've been the first person who has liked me.
Then I should be the first person to give you a home.
What does eccentric mean?
Oh, I'm not dangerous. No, it just means that I think you do things differently. My way. For instance, do you like desserts? Well, so do I. But instead of eating my cakes, my pies, and my ice cream last the meal, I prefer to eat them first, and no one dares laugh. Because in this little town, I'm a rich old man.
I'm a poor little girl.
Then we shall go together. Rich, poor, fat, lean, tall, short, old, and young. I'll tell you what. I'll sign the proper papers to give you a proper home. And if you don't like it, I'll help you find a better place.
I should be honest, sir. There's been nobody else that wanted me.
But I do. That's me being eccentric.
All right, but I'm not Molly. I'm Pegeen.
I'm left-handed. Different.
So am I.
It's a deal.
The deal it is. The coup tag. We're both left-handed. He was right. He had a big house, a housekeeper, a man for the farm, and the animals. Cows that sang when they mooed, chickens that clucked when they laid an egg, pigs that grunted when I fed them. And there were 3 new little kittens. They were me friends, and I loved them all. Every day was like being in heaven, until the day I went to school. From the first day, I was an unwanted, unliked outsider.
Good morning, class. We have a new student with us today.
Pegeen. They all looked at me.
She's Irish.
They all showed they didn't like anyone who was Irish. I'm an American. I was born here.
Sure.
Her mother and father, now dead, were Irish. Now, until you adjust to us, I think you should sit over here. Listen and learn our ways and catch up on your studies.
I sat in that corner all by myself. To them, I was someone they would hate. A foreigner, Irish.
Harvey Smith, What is that you're chewing? I saw you swallow it. No chewing gum allowed in my class. Now, we will all sing our morning song. We all know, except for Pegeen, who doesn't know it yet.
Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright shiny faces. What a wonderful way to start a new day.
Except for Pegeen.
I didn't know the song. I didn't know anyone. And they didn't want to know me.
Children, recess.
Every day, no one talked to me, no one played with me, and there I sat, alone, thinking, why am I bad? Why is it bad to be Irish? One day, I came in from recess early, and there was Harvey Smith, writing something with two markings on my desk. What are you doing? What are you writing? Shanty Irish? Give me that tube of paint.
Well, that's what you are. You're Shanty Irish.
I'm an American, like you, and I squirted it all over his face.
Stop. You're getting me all messed up.
Don't you ever call me that again.
But here's the thing. Everybody calls you that. You came over here. Hundreds of you. You took our jobs. You live like animals. You talk a lot and you drink, Irish whiskey. It's named for you. And you eat nothing but potatoes. We don't want you. Go back to Ireland.
Where did you come from? I bet your great somebody came over here in a boat from somewhere. You're a foreigner too. The Indians are the only true Americans, and I bet you don't like them.
You're a Catholic. You worship idols.
I worship the same Jesus you do, who said love thy neighbors. I try, but it's hard to love Harvey Smith. Now get out! Out! I threw the tube of paint, but I missed him. I rubbed and rubbed the top of my desk, but the words wouldn't come off. The teacher never said a word about it. Never asked who did it. Nothing. Back at home, Jeff, that's what I called him, bought me a pony for my birthday. I was happy there, but not at school.
Next week is your birthday, Pegeen.
13.
In a lot you've lived in 13 years, we'll have a party to celebrate.
Who will come?
All of your schoolmates will play games, eat desserts, and sing Irish songs.
Nobody will come.
Of course they will. Ice cream and 4 kinds of cake.
The day came of the party, and I wore my best dress. 4 o'clock it was, nobody arrived. 4:30, and still no one. I had a party, and nobody came. But then I heard a knock. I ran to the door, opened it, and there stood Harvey Smith.
I came to the party.
Who is it, Pegeen?
Harvey Smith.
Welcome, welcome, Harvey. We just about given up. You're one of Pegeen's young friends.
He is in my class.
Well, come in. Sit down. I've been waiting to eat the refreshments, but first the games.
Why did you come? For the ice cream and cake?
Maybe. I just don't get much ice cream to take at home.
Oh, it's just like at school. You're no friend.
I'm sorry I wrote on your desk.
Then why did you do it?
It was a dare. Johnny Miller dared me to. You have to take a dare or you're a coward.
Well, we have some games to play. Blind Man's Bluff, Spin the Bottle, that one's my favorite. But there's only 3 of us.
There won't be any more. Nobody else is coming.
Why not?
Because they don't like me. I'm not one of them. I'm Irish.
What are you saying?
Tell him. Tell him how you ignore me, tease me, make fun of me.
Great one in heaven, why didn't you tell me, child?
Because you've been so kind to me, I didn't want to tell you, disappoint you. I was afraid you'd send me away. I hate school. I hate Miss Witherspoon. And most of all, I hate Harvey Smith.
Guess I should be going.
No! Stay. Pegeen, why do you dislike this young man?
Tell him.
I painted Shanty Irish on her desk.
What?
It was a dare and I told her I was sorry.
Do you know what Shanty Irish means?
I know.
Ignorance, ignorance, ignorance. Let me tell you, young man, the Irish are great people, poor but great. Do you know that it was the Irish monks who in their monasteries kept the records of the Greeks and Romans? Do you know of the famines in Ireland? Year after year, they ate grass, died by the roadside. Pegeen's father died in the last famine, and do you know?
No, sir.
Then you'd better know the meaning to be Irish before you say Shanty Irish.
Everyone calls her Shanty Irish.
And like sheep, you follow them. Bad, bad, bad. Prejudice, prejudice, prejudice. Will it never stop? Why must we always have someone that they are stupid little sheep with stupid little minds in a stupid little town.
Yes, sir.
And I will tell that teacher of yours, Miss...
Witherspoon?
Well, I'll tell that Miss Whistlespoon that she'd better teach the injustice of prejudice. I'm going to eat the cake.
You know what? Tomorrow is going to be different at school. I'm going to paint the top of your desk and cover up all the words because I'm not a sheep. I'm a leader. All the boys you start talking to, and the girls. Some of them are jealous because you're prettier than them and smarter, but they'll come around.
Prettier?
Sure, you're not so different. You're special.
I'm sorry I was mad at you.
Honest?
Yes. Isn't it strange how we didn't like each other and now?
Would you like to be my friend?
I'll be your friend, Harvey Smith.
Hurry, it's waiting. And I'll take ice cream and 4 kinds of cake.
Come on. It's what you came for. The ice cream and cake.
Maybe, but I discovered something better.
I went to bed that night with me hearts beating a happy tune. I dreamt that all the animals gathered around me. All cows, chickens, sheep, pigs, dogs, ducks, and kittens. They shouted, "Happy birthday!" And I shouted back, "I have a friend who thinks I'm special." Oh, happy birthday to myself.